Have you ever wondered if something small, almost forgotten in your daily routine could quietly influence one of the most important markers of your kidney health? Welcome. Take a moment to settle in not just physically, but mentally. Let your attention arrive fully. Notice your breath, the gentle rise and fall, the subtle awareness of being alive in this moment. Beneath that awareness, your body is engaged in a constant and silent labor. Cells communicate, organs coordinate, and systems maintain a delicate balance that we often take for granted until something shifts. Today, we explore a topic that becomes increasingly relevant with age: creatinine levels, kidney health, and a surprisingly overlooked ingredient that may support the body in lowering creatinine naturally. To begin, let us understand what creatinine actually represents. Creatinine is not a toxin in the traditional sense. It is a byproduct, a natural waste compound produced by the normal breakdown of muscle tissue. Every day, your muscles generate creatinine at a relatively stable rate. This substance enters the bloodstream and is then filtered out by your kidneys, ultimately leaving the body through urine. In a healthy system, this process is efficient, almost elegant. The kidneys filter blood continuously, removing waste while retaining what the body needs. But when creatinine levels rise, it often signals something deeper: that the filtration system is under strain. For individuals over the age of 65, this becomes particularly important. Aging is not a failure of the body, it is a transformation. But with this transformation comes a gradual decline in certain physiological functions. Kidney filtration rate, known scientifically as the glomerular filtration rate, tends to decrease with age. This means that even normal levels of creatinine production can begin to accumulate in the bloodstream. So the question arises: can we support the kidneys in this process? Can we assist the body not through extreme measures, but through subtle, consistent changes? This is where the idea of a forgotten ingredient enters the conversation. The ingredient we are speaking of is not exotic. It is not expensive. In fact, it has been part of traditional diets across cultures for centuries, quietly offering its benefits without fanfare. That ingredient is coriander, specifically coriander seeds and fresh coriander leaves, often known as cilantro. At first glance, coriander may seem insignificant. A garnish, a flavor enhancer, something added for aroma rather than function. But beneath its modest appearance lies a complex biochemical profile that has drawn increasing scientific attention. Coriander contains compounds such as flavonoids, phenolic acids, and essential oils. These compounds exhibit antioxidant properties, meaning they help neutralize free radicals and stable molecules that can damage cells, including those in the kidneys. But the role of coriander does not end there. One of the key mechanisms through which it may support kidney health is its mild diuretic effect. A diuretic is a substance that encourages the body to produce more urine. This is not about forcing the system, but gently enhancing its natural elimination pathways. Increased urine flow can assist in the removal of waste products, including creatinine. Now, it is important to approach this with clarity. Coriander is not a miracle cure. It does not flush creatinine overnight, nor does it replace medical care. But what it does offer is support for the body's existing processes. Think of it this way: the kidneys are already working tirelessly. What coriander may do is reduce the burden slightly, improve the efficiency marginally, and over time, contribute to a more balanced internal environment. There is also evidence suggesting that coriander may help regulate blood sugar levels. This is particularly relevant because diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney dysfunction. By supporting more stable glucose levels, coriander indirectly protects the kidneys from long-term damage. In addition, coriander has been observed to influence lipid profiles, helping to reduce levels of harmful cholesterol. This matters because cardiovascular health and kidney health are deeply interconnected. Blood vessels that supply the kidneys must remain healthy for optimal filtration. So here we begin to see a pattern. A simple ingredient acting not in isolation, but across multiple pathways: antioxidant defense, metabolic regulation, and fluid balance. But let us pause here and reflect more deeply. Why do such ingredients become forgotten in the first place? Part of the answer lies in modern life. As convenience increases, simplicity often decreases. Traditional practices, once passed down through generations, are replaced by processed alternatives and quick solutions. The subtle, cumulative benefits of natural foods are overshadowed by the promise of immediate results, yet the human body does not operate on immediacy. It operates on patterns. Health is not built in a day, and it is not lost in a day. It is the result of repeated actions, consistent inputs, and ongoing interactions between the body and its environment. For someone over 65, this understanding becomes even more valuable. The goal is not to reverse time, but to work with the body as it is now to support its strengths and gently compensate for its vulnerabilities. Incorporating coriander into the diet is one such gentle adjustment. This can be done in simple ways. Coriander water, prepared by soaking seeds overnight and drinking the infused liquid in the morning, is a traditional approach. Fresh coriander leaves can be added to meals, not just for flavor, but as a functional component of nutrition. But as we explore this, we must also consider the broader context. Lowering creatinine is not about a single ingredient. It is about a system, a way of living that supports kidney function. Hydration, for example, plays a crucial role. Water is the medium through which waste is transported and eliminated. Without adequate hydration, even the most efficient kidneys cannot perform optimally. Dietary balance is equally important. Excessive protein intake, particularly from processed sources, can increase creatinine production. This does not mean eliminating protein, but rather choosing quality sources and maintaining moderation. Physical activity, even in gentle forms such as walking, contributes to overall circulation and metabolic health. And perhaps most importantly, regular medical monitoring ensures that changes in creatinine levels are understood in context. Coriander then becomes part of a larger picture, a small but meaningful piece of a complex puzzle, and there is something profoundly reassuring about this because it reminds us that health is not always about dramatic interventions. Sometimes it is about returning to what is simple, consistent, and aligned with the body's natural design. As we age, there is a tendency to look outward for solutions, to seek the next breakthrough, the next discovery. But often, the most effective support comes from within our reach, within our kitchens, within our daily habits. This does not diminish the importance of medical science. On the contrary, it complements it. Scientific understanding allows us to appreciate why certain traditional practices work, to refine them, and to integrate them safely into modern life. So when we speak of coriander as a forgotten ingredient, we are not suggesting that it has been lost entirely. Rather, we are acknowledging that its significance has been overlooked. And by bringing it back into awareness, we reconnect with a deeper principle that the body responds to what we consistently provide it. If we provide nourishment, it builds resilience. If we provide support, it maintains balance. And if we provide attention, it reveals its needs more clearly. For those over 65, this awareness is a powerful tool. It shifts the focus from fear to understanding, from reaction to intention. Creatinine levels, in this context, become not just a number, but a signal, a message from the body indicating how well the system is functioning. And instead of asking, "How do I eliminate this problem quickly?" we begin to ask, "How do I support my body more effectively over time?" This shift in perspective is subtle but transformative because it aligns us with the natural rhythm of the body, a rhythm that is not rushed but steady, not reactive but adaptive. As we come to the end of this reflection, consider this: what small change can you make today that your body will thank you for tomorrow? Perhaps it is as simple as adding coriander to your meals. Perhaps it is drinking more water, walking a little further, or paying closer attention to what your body is telling you. These actions may seem minor in isolation, But over weeks, months, and years, they accumulate. They shape the internal environment in ways that are both measurable and meaningful, and that is the essence of true health, not a single breakthrough moment, but a continuous process of care. Thank you for taking this time to explore, to reflect, and to deepen your understanding of your own body. If you found this discussion valuable, consider subscribing to the channel so you can continue learning, exploring, and supporting your health with clarity and confidence.